Welcome back, folks. This is Acid Roots. The light glare will go off the screen at about the 15-second mark. But this is where I left you off. Yeah, we're gonna get further in this game. There's 8 stages, and we're at stage 5. So we're gonna get to like stage 6.5 in this. And yeah, so I'd estimate there's probably only like another 2 full episodes after this, and then that should about wrap it up. But this game is kind of a bastard. I originally thought I was going to be able to go through this whole game with the spread shot, but there is a particular point that comes up later that I just get annihilated in, even with save states. So it's just, you know, I guess it's funny. They're kind of prophetic, you know, for 20 years later when people start having computers to be able to use save states and stuff. That is like, nope, even with save states, this game can be a royal pain in the ass. That is kind of the situation, but that's not in stage 5, it's in stage 6. So this is really a testament to people who are actually rather skilled with NES games, because I feel like the Super Nintendo and PS1 are more my consoles of choice, more so than the NES, but like just 2 years, 3 years ago, I felt completely different back on Acidic Roots, late 2017 and late 2018 and such, but some of these games are just impossible. Like, another game I'd have to say can go fuck off would be Ghosts and Goblins. I can't even get past the second stage in that game. That game is just a complete bitch. I mean, it wouldn't be so terrible if it didn't have a time limit, but it just really tries your patience. I don't know how people can actually play through that game. People were just demons back in those days. But that game's a troll, this game's a troll, Super C, and Contra 3 for the Super Nintendo is a bastard. So, oh man, these are the kind of games I like more than games from like the 2010s and especially the 2020s, but it's just like hell. I mean, these are literally, in some cases, almost impossible. Even with the friend, I don't think it would make much of a difference. Even with a friend, I don't think it would make much of a difference. Kind of getting tongue-tied, but like if I were to bring Cobalt around, I'd have to say I don't think it would help much. The boss characters, you know, Cobalt would probably die here, and then he wouldn't be able to. He'd lose like his weapons, and then he really wouldn't be able to help. So, but you'll see what I mean with some of this junk. This is a real troll. But yeah, this is talking about the difficulty. So I watched the news today, and it's talking about the vaccine, and they're trying to say like they're gonna distribute it within hours of getting the affirmation, but they still have to get it sent out to the FDA and get the approval, which is the only step. I mean, I would estimate, you know, mid-December this shit will be taken care of, and at least the frontline workers will have something, that sort of stuff. You know, cops and teachers and shit like that. Grocery store workers, you know. So, I'm just gonna keep doing the gaming bit and that sort of stuff. Keep trying to boost the morale. Kind of focus on the sort of shit that needs to happen and that sort of shit. Tell you I'm hella hungry, but there just are certain tangents I get into when I get hungry. It's like I normally want something sweet or salty, but then there's times I don't want either. I had meatloaf yesterday, and I really hadn't eaten that much in my life, so I was surprised by how good it was. But now, you know, I have to watch my diet, so I don't know what the hell I want. I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, yeah. But anyhow, this stage sucks balls. This is the one I was talking about, because you can't jump in this stage. The only thing you can do is shoot. So that makes it even more difficult, just to kind of say something like that. So. So, yeah, it should not take you guys long to figure out how much this stage is a nightmare doing it without save states. Like, if you're actually playing this on an NES, I commend you. you can get to the stage and get past it. I mean, this probably takes like hundreds, if not thousands, of game overs and shit. So, I would suppose with the 30 life cheat, it may not take as long, but still, it's a pretty big nightmare. There are bosses back in stage 3 that would just give me real trials, like, especially that flying enemy that dropped like the bars down on you and shit. That was a pretty big troll. But this is like, eh. I still like Contra. I mean, that's the thing. I'm a fan of Contra. I do enjoy the series. Just you have to understand that it's meant to kick your ass. That's kind of the problem. Is that this is such a bastard. Every game in the series basically is. They brought it back to the PlayStation 2. That's the last time I checked on those games, was in the PS2 days. There was like one, I don't remember what it was called, but it was kind of in 3D, but it kind of wasn't. And, like, the PlayStation magazine said it was just a real nightmare. So. So, yeah, I mean, something that's real hot to trot right now is the PS5, and I'm just kind of like, I hope that they get some things right this time. I'm really hoping that there are some must-have games, because it just felt like this generation was so come and go. The PS4, the previous one, Xbox One, PS4, and I don't know if it's Wii U or Nintendo Switch, but yeah, this is the nightmare part. So this is the bastard. I mean, good luck trying to get through this part. I was just like, nope, I would have kept hitting that damn reset button. I just said, fuck it, you know, this ain't worth it. But yeah, like I was saying, like I kind of remember a 10 out of 10 from like the PS3 generation. I guess like The Last of Us and games like that, Grand Theft Auto 5 and those type games, Red Dead Redemption, some of those, but there's not even a pattern to some of this stuff. I mean, you really just have to keep shooting. You definitely want the spread shot for this sort of thing. So, yeah, the thing about the pandemic right now is that there's just not an ideal amount. Like people, like Trump used to say on the news, like people are tired of being quarantined and they're tired of having to social distance and stuff. But it's like, I mean, if you don't follow that protocol, I mean, obviously, if you are following that protocol, I mean, what are you to do if all you're doing is quarantining? That's kind of the situation. You have to choose between getting an incurable disease and being horrendously bored. And it's like, for some people, that's not even a decision at all, but it still is a bastard. I mean, you have to look at it. It's like you can't order pizza, can't go get groceries, can't go to the park, can't go to a basketball game, can't go to a football game, can't go to the arcade, you know, so there's just, it is, you know, bitch made, this sort of stuff. I mean, and, you know, on the news today they were talking about how Thanksgiving and stuff, like, you're supposed to cancel your plans minus the people that you live with. Man, this is like hell. Huh. Obviously, you know, there's probably frontline workers, you know, for doctors and frontline workers who may be watching this video. It's like, you know, that's not that big a deal having to cancel plans, and it's not that big of a deal having to be hurt, you know, horribly, you know, morbidly bored and stuff. I mean, it's like, just play video games, just watch movies, watch television, watch ESPN, you know, kind of the whole damn thing. Keep us able to help you. But I don't think. That's the thing, I mean, I have the TikTok app. I've actually seen a few posts with healthcare workers in TikTok. They do like some of that stuff. They were doing like some dances and that sort of thing. But this is kind of funny. TikTok has been like the breakout service this year. And so many songs like Savage Love and then Savage. Lots of Savage songs. Savage by Megan Thee Stallion, Savage Love by Jason Derulo, and Doja Cat, and all those different songs. There's just so many TikTok songs. It's odd. Because, you know, you think of these people doing these goofy dances, and then it's like, oh yeah, you know, this is an actual song that people perform, not just something that you do a bunch of dances to. But it's kind of what it is. So this is a lengthier episode. I mean, this is a short game, but I died a bunch, or had to refer to save states, and yeah, so this is where the meat of the game actually winds up happening. And this is going to be one of the lengthier episodes. I don't estimate that the final episode will be that long, because it's probably just going to be stage 8. But the next one will be stage possibly 6 and 7. I don't think I beat this stage in this episode, so it's going to be stage 6 and 7 and a little bit of 8 in the next episode, and then it'll probably be 8 and the ending after that. But this is the worst stage in the game, in my opinion. I mean, the final boss is not nearly as nasty as this one. This is what you gotta understand. So, but in some cases, this is really, I mean, for people who are just watching this and are just obliterated by it, I mean, this is really just kind of a watch-only kind of game. Despite the fact that people were messing with this game back in 2008 and 2009, I mean, I still feel like, you know, with enough circumstances, it's still fun enough to kind of mess with. This happens to be the thing. Definitely, I mean, I encourage you, if you need like some sort of motivation, it's like, yeah, get up off your ass and call Domino's right now. Call Pizza Hut, call Little Caesars, get it done. You know, watch this shit. Pop some popcorn, put on a movie, watch like Fight Club after this. It's like, yeah, we're gonna totally, this is what the guys do. We're gonna, you know, rent Fight Club, somehow just go purchase Fight Club and order pizza, watch this game, and you'd be set in the situation. I kind of wish that there was a Contra movie. I think I've said this like once or twice before in one of my videos across the Acid Roots brand, but there needs to be a Contra movie. There was a Double Dragon movie, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, but there should have been a Contra. I mean, it definitely would have been run and gun, and Arnold Schwarzenegger and like Sylvester Stallone could have done it, at least back in 1991. But I don't know what it is about movies anymore. It just doesn't feel like male leads are played by people in their 30s. I don't know what it is about Generation X. They're just not taking those kinds of roles anymore. It's either rated R and like a mafioso type movie, getting tongue-tied, or it's some teenager who saves the world. And it's difficult to kind of understand like the concept of a teenager being able to take out like a megalomaniacal villain, especially it's just unrealistic. I mean, kids don't need teenagers as heroes. So I don't know what's up with that, but so yeah, this boss is not gonna be beaten in this episode. So you're gonna have to stay tuned, and you'll see what happens to this fucking thing. It's hella ugly. Alright, subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night.